Ready to dominate Weekend League? Head on over to MaddenTurf.com for all the ebooks, tips, memberships, everything you need to start heading on that road to top 100. As always, use code CC for 10% off, and I'll see you guys on the sticks. Hey, what is going on, Madden family? We are here today getting you ready for Madden 21, and we do this sort of every year of going over a few things. Some of it's MUT stuff, some of it's gameplay stuff. We know that when you load up into the game, you want to be the best player you can. So we're going to go over some real basics here. Some things a lot of you guys probably know. I'm going to be entering practice mode here. It doesn't matter which playbook you're in or anything like that, which teams, none of it matters. Because what we want to do is go over how to be a better player on defense for you guys, okay? And this is a really, really basic thing. It's a really basic idea of things you can do right now in Madden 20 to get better, more familiar with the game. So when you go into practice mode, you're going to want to pause the game, go flip side, just pick any plays what you want here, whatever it is, cool, and then you're going to want to get on defense. Just throw a little laser for yourself right there, real quick, little laser, okay? So what we're going to do here is not really worry about the formation so much. Normally I'm in 3-4 and stuff like that. Here it doesn't overly matter. And you can sort of pick any formation you want to look at, because we're not really trying to stop the computer right now. We're just trying to learn some things. So for here, we'll just pick 4-3 normal, and we'll go into some others as well. And so what you need to know and realize when you are trying to be a better defensive player is how things are going to work for you, okay? A lot of times, stock cover 3 sky seems to be a pretty popular defense, right? Obviously in Madden 21, there's a lot more adjustments that can be made with zone depths and stuff. Obviously we can't cover that right now. We'll cover that when 21 comes out. But here it's about adjusting, getting used to these controls. So let's just pick cover 3. Again, it doesn't really matter what we're looking at. So to pull up this look on the screen is you're going to hold the right trigger on an Xbox controller or R2 on PlayStation. And you're going to be able to see the depth of things, right? So if you pick a play that has press in it, what you're going to notice is the players are going to actually press for you. They're going to get a different animation than if you manually do the press for them. So what you want to do is you want to bring up your coverage adjustments here, right? We're worried about the D-backs first, which is going to be Y or triangle. I've got the old PlayStation controller in front of me here to make sure I'm telling you guys the right buttons, because I'm so used to everything on Xbox, it's just in my head. So obviously from here, give cushion means to back people up, right? They're going to back up pretty far. You can press, right? You can show blitz, or you can baseline, right? One thing you want to also keep in mind is if you start to do some of that, you are going to change the way the defense plays and looks. Press coverage does operate differently than backed off coverage. They may play the routes differently as well. Something to keep in mind. But what we want to talk about is adjusting players, right? So let them get this off, and we'll reset from the press look that we have here. So again, to individually adjust a player, defensive back, with the safeties and the corners, you're going to hit Y or triangle twice. And that's going to bring up all 4 or 6, 5 of them, 6 of them, whatever it may be, right? And you're going to get to pick. So now if you wanted to change Isaiah Oliver, who is X on the screen, into something, you would be then able to do so. So say you wanted to put him in a deep half here, right? Notice that outside corners can go on different things than inside corners than safeties, right? So here, if we look at KZY, who is the free safety in this spot, he is going to get different audibles that he can go into here. So whatever formation you are preferring to run in Madden 21 or even in Madden 20, if you want to have a carryover, make sure you know what zones people can go into and start to memorize that, right? So I cannot put him in an outside zone. A deep half is the closest thing I can really do to. I can't put him in an outside third. I can't put him in an outside quarter. But what I can do is put him in a deep half here, right? And then let's say I want to put X instead on a cloud flat. So all of a sudden, we have now made this into a cover 3 cloud press, right? Not bad. Now we say, oh, well, KZ's not in the right spot. I could manually move him back. and you definitely can. But if you hit Y or triangle, and then you hit A or X on the PlayStation controller, and then you would pick him who he would be covering against. Just pick someone, right? And then you could say back off, right? And so then he's going to back off there. Same way where we're going to do this again. We would say that he would be probably, he's over the tight end, so we want to back him off, right? So how they're going to back off is based on who they are lined up nearest. Not even have to be in man, right? So again, right here, if I wanted to put the corner right on DJ Moore here, I can just manually do that. Remember, it's YY or triangle to bring up zone adjustments. It's YA or triangle X to bring up these individual coverage adjustments here, right? So let's say over Greg Olsen A here, I want to back him up. I can't. The linebacker there, he's not going to go anywhere, right? But if we say we want to go about B, Manhurts, we can back him off, right? So again, it's knowing what you can do with the plays and how you can set stuff up. The less you can do manually, the better. Okay, if you can do everything on the sticks, you can set stuff up real nice. So I'm going to reset this play here for us, right? And let's say that we want to get this cover 3 cloud with KZ, who's the slot, the free safety right there, backed off. So I'm going to put him in a cloud on the left. YY deep half, right? YA Y up. And that's our adjustments, right? So let's I'm going to do it really quickly here. Okay? I want you guys to watch and see how quickly you can do this. This is not a formation I've ever really been in before either. So this is me learning with you guys, right? I messed up even once. So there's our coverage, right? I messed up. This is why we practice. This is why we're here. Y, X, left stick down. Y, left stick up. Y, A, Y, right stick up. Okay? Again, very simple there. That's 4-3 normal. That's just doing a little adjustment there. You're going to get into different formations. One of the overly popular ones is nickel over G. One of the overly popular defenses this year was setting up cloud coverages here. So again, what a lot of people did was pick a side, right? Put an outside corner in a cloud. And would again put Y here, the safety on that side, in say a deep half left, right? And then let's say here, I wanted to back him up. I can do it that way. And then I could actually do it the same way over here as well, right? So what we talked about before is when we had a linebacker lined up over someone, you couldn't just back them off like that. But here, this guy right here is not a linebacker. So we're going to say A, back off. And then he's going to back off because, again, it's going over with who he is closest to, who he's lined up over, especially when you're not doing baselining. I'm only want to baseline if I'm really blitzing sometimes, and even then, not really. So that's a good example there. So we'll reset the play and take a look at it again, right? What you need to know is where some of these guys can go. Normally, your safeties can't go into weird positions. In big nickel over G, they can. We look at Y, a safety over here. He can go outside third, middle third, deep half, mid read. I could put him in the deep right half. So then look at this coverage. It's very rolly at this point, right? Again, I could put him in an outside third to the right as well. So it happens maybe there's a crossing route coming across from DJ Moore there on the left, right? This is going to help sort of come across there. Same thing, if there's a tight end post, he's going to flow across the play with us real nice here. You could do the same thing with the other slot safety here on the right. So this is going to be the A button here for us, right? KZ, again, I could put him on an outside third to the left and look where he's going to go, right? Let's reset again. What we want to then cover here is linebackers, right? So let's get this play off and we'll talk about the linebackers and adjustments you can make there. You're going to have inside linebackers and outside linebackers generally. And what you can do to them is slightly different. Okay, let's go back out here. Let's go back into 4-3, I guess, will work for us. 4-3 normal. Let's do cover 2 press this time. Okay, sure. So we obviously have 3 linebackers, 1 middle, 2 outside, right? What you can put the middle linebacker in, middle third, right? You can put him in a nice hook curl here. You can put him in a curl flat. You can put him in a mid read, which is basically what he's in stock. You can man him up, spy him, blitz him, or put him in a hard flat. Now, one thing you noticed here is the curl flat has him going to the left here. The hard flat has him going to the right. It's not always going to be consistent from the middle linebacker spot. So if you want the hard flat on the left side, you are going to need to move him over. Bam, and then he's going to go over there for sure. Same thing if you wanted this curl flat on this side, you're going to have to move him over. It's based on the position of the center, right, of the ball. Okay? But for here, let's just put him in the middle third. This is always a very popular coverage. And again, what you can do with these outside linebackers is different. You can bluff blitz them, which sometimes has effects, sometimes it doesn't on the game. We'll have to wait and see. But again, your seam flat, which is a match type of zone, your curl flat, your hard flat, right? And then a vert hook, which is what they're in stock, right? So again, remember, if you put someone in a curl flat, it's not it's a zone. If you put someone in a seam flat, those light purples, that's match coverage. He's going to try to play man with whoever goes over there, okay? Makes sense. Cool. So here's a very good look here. One thing I would like to do as well for me personally, if I was playing like this and I had playing someone who doesn't have a mobile quarterback, rushing 4 sometimes isn't always the best thing. So what I would do is I would put someone fast at one of my D tackle spots. I know they're not here, and I would throw an extra vert hook out there for them as well, right? And then maybe play on this linebacker here to cover myself. Okay, so these are just little examples and things I want you guys to go into the game and do and learn and see. Look at this. Did you see how good the... let me show you this again, okay? Let's show you this again, what happened on this play, right? So if you remember, we had our seam flat there on the left, right? And so did he run out and cover 15 yards downfield? No, he went and covered that flat route from the tight end beautifully, right? That lineman that we dropped back into coverage, that defensive tackle, started to play the slant. Look at him playing the slant for us, because he's going to roll into match coverage as well there. Now, I'm not saying he's going to keep up with every receiver, but at times, maybe that's enough deterrent if possible. You know, eventually he's going to beat that coverage. But right here, even the computer just take a little check down. Spartan would be so mad at that, right? Again, these are little coverage adjustments I want you guys to go in and get familiar with, right? To do stuff with defensive linemen is going to be your left on your stick. Linebackers is going to be right on your stick, on the left stick, okay? Just so we know that. So again, we want to throw him out into a vert hook left. We can do that. We can do this. And now we've got a bit of a coverage here. And what I want to show you the difference is the curl flat versus the seam flat. All of a sudden that flat route from the tight end was not really just guarded, right? Wasn't really just guarded. But again, if we put him in a seam flat here, and again, we'll put him in a hook right there. Let's see what this coverage does, right? And I'm not going to touch anything. Look at this. Oh my Lord. See? Turd. That slant was going to be open regardless. Just got there later. If you want them to hook curl off your D line as well, I forget which one we did before. Is it the hook curl? We'll find out. We'll find out here. Let's get him out of the way. Good. So the vert hooks and the hook curls, they do have different sort of coverage tendencies here. Look, he's playing the slant pretty good for D tackle, right? So that's just a couple little notes there and things I want you guys to go in and learn, right? Whether it's from 3-4 odd, nickel normal, dollar, 1-4-6, over G, whatever you feel like you should sort of shore up on, go do that. Okay. This is huge because the more and more you do it, it's going to become muscle memory. You're going to become better at the game inherently just from doing this and learning all the button combinations, what the zones do, what you can adjust to, and how you can adjust to what people are doing. And then we're going to have zone depth, which is just going to take it to a new level. Do this. Practice it. It's okay. Just learn the button. That's all you got to do. Please, guys. This is huge. Okay? Please take the time. Go in. Learn one formation how to do it. 3-4 auto over G. Pick one of those two. That's all I ask. I promise you will be on your way to be a better Madden player. All right? Catch you guys later. I'm out. Peace.